Today, we're gonna be reacting to Minecraft YouTuber setups. First one is from Dream. Supposedly, this is like what it is, I guess. And there's not a gaming setup or anything. It's literally just like this. I mean, it doesn't really have a setup though. I wish he showed his setup somewhere. But it looks like he like got a lot of decorations and personalities. So I guess it's like kind of cool. So this is Quackity setup.
Okay, it's my room. Okay, so I'm gonna
where the f is
show you my room from top to bottom. And then we got a Coca-Cola. And then we've got more water bottles.
Can't even see what's going on.
And I start watching
So he
the
has a
telly,
TV.
George. That's right, that's right. I start watching the telly.
Polished diorite.
All right, we can just mute it. That's probably better. So it looks like he's got TV down here, a couch of some sort. Dude, this is like the worst room tour I've ever seen. Quackity, you gotta step up your game. You gotta use a camera for real. So I don't know where his, like, if he's in the basement or whatever, but like I'm trying to see like an actual like a picture of his setup, but like it's impossible because he moves the camera so much. So for one, declutter, I can tell kind of has like a cluttering issue here. Like all this stuff doesn't really matter. God, it's so hard to tell. Dude, what is up with Minecrafters not knowing how to film a room tour? Like, he's got a fan and a boom box here. Doesn't even use it for anything. It's not even plugged in. For the most part, he needs cable management for sure. Whatever this is crazy. His steering wheel setup is like messy. Like, do you see all these cables? He could easily clean that up. For the most part, I think it looks decent. He didn't say the specs of his PC or anything. It looks like he's running the Rode Pod NT mic, I think. He's got 2 monitors, gold play button, fire. That's his bed. Bro, where the f does he live? In prison or what? Man lives in the Renaissance era. I mean, overall, the setup is kind of like whack. I can't really tell what exactly specs he has and everything because he moves too much. For the most part, like, man needs to get a new room. Okay, oh, we got a frame. So he's got a Stream Deck, a 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿, keyboard, mouse, Rode Pod NT, 2 monitors, and they're not mounted, bunch of cables everywhere, and clutter. So, I mean, and he's got this like really cheap keyboard and mouse. I don't know how old this is and how relevant this is. He could have upgraded everything since since this video. For the most part, it's usable, I guess. It doesn't need to be the best thing in the world. It just needs to be enough to use. So I applaud him for that. We're gonna go to TommyInnit setup. I think this is only a clip from his stream. It's in his new office. It's like the only thing I could really find of TommyInnit setup as well. Oh, that's a cool Twitch sign. I want one of those. That's sick. What the hell? My man's running. Who needs a tripod, I guess. What the hell? What the hell?
Ham on the bricks.
Talk about usability, I guess. Why bricks though? That's interesting. That's interesting. At least it works. For the most part, I mean, I can't really see the actual setup, which kind of sucks. I can see his camera setup and his monitors, I guess. It's kind of cool that he has a sign hooked up, but I don't really know how else to really look or what else to really look at here. He's got I think his Guinness World Record book and then the queen on there, but it's kind of interesting that he used bricks to hold up his camera. A tripod, you know what I'm saying? DanTDM, he actually filmed a room tour, actual one. It's crazy. Minecraft YouTubers don't film room tours, but apparently DanTDM actually does. It'd be great.
My setup looked like 2 years ago, and this is what it looks like now. So this is my streaming PC. I have it sideways because the RGB looks...
God, the airflows. Oh, God. So I think this is the 280X. I think this is my old case. The airflow on this GPU is probably not the greatest.
It's really cool through the custom glass. Shout out to ChillBlast for doing that. It looks incredible. And the specs are an Intel i9 CPU.
So there's an i9 990K, 32 gigs of RAM, 3 hard drives, an Elgato 4K 60 Pro, and a GeForce 2080 Ti. Honestly, 2080 Ti is not bad.
You at 3.6
This is only a streaming PC.
gigahertz,
Interesting.
32 gigabytes of RAM, a GeForce 2080 Ti graphics cards, and I've got a terabyte hard drives and also an Elgato 4K 60 Pro capture card. Then we have the gaming PC, which has similar specs.
So the gaming PC has a oh my god, 3090 in that case. For a streaming PC, it's kind of crazy to have a 2080 Ti, but a 3090 in your gaming PC is kind of obsessive. I mean, I would swap them. I'd put the 3090 in the streaming PC because if you put the 3090 in the streaming PC, I mean, I guess it depends on what game. He only plays Minecraft on stream. So, like, you don't really need a 3090 for Minecraft, I guess. But either or. It could go either way. The streaming PC would be nice because then you could encode all of the 3090 and you might get you could do a lot higher bit rate. And I think he streams on YouTube if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. i9 10th gen, 32 gigs of RAM and 3090, 3 hard drives in an Elgato 4K60 Pro. In the streaming PC, I think you need the Elgato. In the game PC, I don't think you do. But that's pretty interesting. I like the monitor orientation here. I think this is kind of an interesting monitor orientation to have your vertical monitor and your camera on the right side. I think a lot of streamers are used to putting it on their left, and this is pretty interesting. I usually always put my camera on my left. I know Logan puts his camera on his left. My left's my better side, so I guess people have like different sides that they look better or they like to be on. So I guess his better side's his right side and he puts it on that. So I would say you could make this even better by mounting this monitor to this desk. It feels like I've got a lot of room in between your monitors, and workflow wise it could be a little bit harsh to swap between them.
24.5 inch 240 hertz monitor. Everything looks super smooth, and if you can make the jump, I'd highly recommend it. Even 60 to 144 is going to be so worth it.
He's got like an actual proper audio setup. A lot of streamers just use 𝐿XLR because it's really easy to set up, but this is like an actual proper microphone setup with a 2mm PC audio compressor and everything. That's crazy.
Let's split up everything that's audio into different tracks. For example, my gaming PC and streaming PC have different audio channels, which I can control over the faders right here. And then everything else like Discord audio and my microphone can be changed live as well. I use a Sony A7 with a Zeiss FE 1.855 lens.
Nice. That's a pretty good streaming camera. I mean, that's what my main camera you're seeing right now. Mine's just the A7 Mark III. So this is a little bit of an older camera, but it really is a good camera to stream on for sure.
My streaming PC via Elgato cam links, and blur out the background really well so you can see my face really clearly. And I just love the way these look, so ended up getting two. Is my Elgato Stream Deck. This can be programmed to do pretty much anything on your PC or on OBS, which is the program I use to stream. But I mainly use it for changing scenes when streaming and muting my microphone in Discord. Particular ones are a brand called Magic Force, and they're pretty cheap for what they are, but are great keyboards. Then for my mice, I have two glorious Model O's in both matte black and matte white. The white set of peripherals are for my recording PC, and the black set is for my gaming PC.
That's actually kind of an interesting idea that he uses two different keyboards for two different streaming PCs. And I like how he color coordinates which one. That's a really good idea. Because if I ever moved to streaming PC, I'm definitely going to do something like that where I have color coordinated like keycaps and stuff like that.
Makes it much easier at a quick glance to see which one I need to use for what I'm doing. For lights, I now use my two Elgato key lights. These are much smaller than my old ones and are controlled via a simple app, which can change the brightness and color tone. But most importantly, they don't get as hot as my traditional light boxes with huge bulbs, which is a massive plus for long sessions sitting in front of them. For my audio speakers, I use Roccat KRK5s. I've had these forever and they always sound incredible no matter what I'm doing. I have them mounted up really high on stands now. And finally, I do use a second microphone sometimes, which is attached to my gaming PC, should I need it for things like in-game chat, which can get tricky when you're running two PC setup. If you've seen any of my Rust videos or streams, this is the mic I use. It's an Elgato Wave 3 connected via USB, and it's super simple to use, set up, and just sounds great out of the box. Just for full.
So that is an interesting idea, using two mics and everything. That is a pretty interesting idea, but I feel like having that like on your desk just feels like a lot of clutter, I would say. I want to see that.
Ceiling, a whole set of panels up here just to capture sound.
Well, that's cool. He's got like a sound paneling. That's really cool. I like how it's like raised from the ceiling, so it has like an actual like less echo. That's pretty clean. I like that. Yeah.
This wall back here is actually a fake wall. It's all absorbent paneling, and then you can still hang stuff on it, which is pretty cool. So that absorbs sound. More panels up here, and then behind these curtains, the curtains are gonna absorb sound anyway, but we have like these hexagon things. They're like foam panels that cover these floor to ceiling windows. Glass is the worst thing to reflect sound, so
Wow, that's really cool. He did a lot of soundproofing. I didn't even know you could get these. That's really cool.
I had to add these in, and it does a pretty good job.
It ain't cheap, but it was so worth it because this room was just awful for any sound.
Minecraft YouTubers don't really record their setups, I guess. Dan is like the main one that I could actually like review. But the other ones seem like they're pretty cool. I think Quackity could use a lot of work on just like organizing stuff, and I think Dan has a really good setup. I think he's done a really good job with his, so